Hi, it's been a while since we've made these videos, so I thought I'll do an update today on what we've been developing in the latest upcoming version of GenFEA and its AI capabilities. So you're seeing a general mixed model here with steel and concrete elements that's just been analyzed in GenFEA. And you can see there from the results we're looking at deflections. And just to kind of show you what's happening in the model, I'll just isolate a couple of those design groups so we can see we've got beams in one direction, beams in another, and then what we'll be looking at here with the new DesignMate tools today are going to be those rafters. So now that we've got an idea of what this model looks like, let's head over to the new and much improved DesignMate. And we'll start a new conversation using the design persona, and we're going to be priming the LLM with some of the model information as well as the results, and then we'll be sending it a screenshot as well. So we're really providing it with a lot of information just so that it's got a really good contextual background of the composition of this model, how it's put together, and what it actually looks like, since we can use computer vision alongside the data that we'll be providing to it. And I'm just kind of orientating my view there for the snapshot so that we can make sure that it can see properly what's going on there. Now that that's done, we'll send up that screenshot, and I'm just going to write an instruction saying this is for reference. Once it's got all of this information, we'll start with some of the design tasks. And you can see it there, thinking about it, processing. We're using the latest GPT 5.4 reasoning model. Of course, we support the Anthropic and Gemini and Grok and all those other models as well. But we'll just focus on OpenAI for now. And I'm running my steel design to NZS standard applet that I've set up. Of course, you can create your own design templates in DesignMate, as you may or may not know by now. And then I've told it to just determine all of those factors and values automatically. So I didn't populate all of those fields with the design factors. I kind of just told it to make a best guess, do a bit of research, look at the context of the model, the composition of the model, and all that information I provided earlier on. And you'll see as it's running through the reasoning processes here, it's actually doing web searches, it's running and executing code, calculating stuff, those factors that I told it to determine and report on, and it's running through all of that. So it's running through multiple reasoning steps there, as you can see, generating code, executing code, and then finally we're getting to a result with references. So you can see it's following instructions that I've specified, and if we just look at the way that I've set up that applet, remember I said all of these applets are customizable and you can create your own. This one is to NZS 3404, which is our New Zealand-based steel design standard for hot rolled steel. And you'll see this is what the template looks like. So I'm not leaving it up to the AI to guess what to do. I'm actually providing clear instructions on design steps, calculations, formulas to be used, and so on and so forth. So once it's done all of that, run through the whole process, it provides a really clean, crisp and clear output showing me all of the design steps, the findings, outputs, and then of course any references where applicable. And we can see the math is presented really well. It renders nicely in this interface, but we're going to do a little bit more than that today because we've extended a lot of the features within the DesignMate tool. So we can see, okay, we've got some calculations. It's giving us a table with result output, but we want to present this in a snapshot view. So we've got an auto UI tool added to it, and you'll see when I click on it, it's going to show auto UI there at the bottom of the screen. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate a visual interface that is HTML based, but it helps us to just quickly see a summary or a snapshot of those calculations. So showing us the overall pass there. This, I don't anticipate this would fail. It's just a dead load case, so I haven't added any combinations or wind loads or anything, so it's just a simple load case. But you can see it's presented really well. Shows us exactly what's going on, and it just presents a lot better. Now we've built in another tool here. So previously, if we wanted to run the DesignPad, which is our calculation scripting engine built into GenFEA or connected to GenFEA, we had to run a separate applet and a separate persona for that. Right now you can access this from any chat. So all I did is I said do the AutoCalc, and you'll see it'll generate the code for DesignPad, but it will also actually render the math. And there's some errors here or bugs in the calculation script that it has generated. So we've added a fix bugs button directly in the DesignPad code block, and what it'll do is it'll feed all of those errors back to the LLM, tell it to fix it, and it will then iteration until it's got a functional math script output. And remember, these math scripts are not static, so that means when variables are defined and assigned and used in formulas, then it's automatically calculated using the math scripting engine rather than the AI predicting and performing the math calculations on its own. So that just means we've got kind of this robust math engine with a proper math parser that runs through and displays the code. You can still access the DesignPad tool on its own because we still use that for reporting and report automation, and you can then combine the outputs from DesignMate directly into DesignPad should you wish to. And I'll just show you what it looks like if we generate an analysis report straight in DesignPad. So that'll take several screenshots of the model, insert the location, the map location and stuff like that, and just again, you know, presenting a really good looking output there. And of course we can combine that then with the DesignPad script. Hope you enjoyed that. More to come. Talk soon. Goodbye.